Happy 2026, my friends. Oh my gosh, it is so good to be back. Now, we are recording this episode entering a new year of 2026. And for some people, there is a slowness. There is a feeling that the year has not yet arrived, that we still want to hibernate. There's a low energy, don't really feel like I've kicked into action. If that's how you're feeling, this episode is for you. And I haven't recorded an episode for a long time. It's been a few weeks now, so it's so good to be back. And one of the reasons I haven't recorded in a while is because of this need to retreat, to sit still, to process. I have been doing a lot of processing. I've been doing a lot of mindset work. I've been doing a lot of noticing. So I've been really paying attention to how I react to situations, how I react to people, how I've been feeling, and journaling a lot on that noticing and what triggers me, what upsets me, what makes me feel anxious, what's making me feel unsettled. And I went on this amazing retreat yesterday, and it was run by someone called Ruth Cato. And Ruth was going a bit deeper into astrology and talking about how we are still in the year of the snake. So, in terms of us exiting 2025 and moving into 2026, we have had an ending and a beginning in the sense of starting a new year. And the energy of everyone else around the world entering 2026 definitely brings that sense of an ending and a new beginning. However, in relation to astrology, if you're into this, and I have an open mind, I just like to keep my mind open based on what I feel. And I do feel this stillness. And so apparently, astrologically wise, we're in the year of the snake still. And to me, I relate to that. I relate to that feeling. And I definitely feel this year, especially for me, has been a year of letting go, a year of noticing what no longer serves me, which is actual physical things, things that I teach, people, thoughts, my own mindset, my own limiting beliefs. And I've really been paying attention in the last 3 months to those parts that I would like to release and let go of. So for me, being in the year of the snake resonates. And it resonates that I'm still in it, even though we've gone into 2026. To me, it still feels like I'm shedding, and it doesn't feel like the right time yet to start galloping ahead, which is what we're going to be doing soon. And I'll share in a minute that process of moving into the next phase. But I just want to sit with this for a little while, of this feeling of being with the shedding and the stillness and the quiet. So I've been sitting back, and I've been running a event online now for I think 7 years, which is called Design Your Life. It used to be called Best Year Yet, which we still refer to, but it's ultimately about designing your own life. And I've been running that for 7 or so years. And it's so interesting to me because every year I've run that, at this time around about, the first week of January, there is an energy of people wanting to move forwards, wanting to make their plans. And what I'm feeling right now is not urgency. And it's probably the first year I've felt that. And Ruth was saying this yesterday, that to her, it's also felt the same, that usually when they run the retreat that I was on yesterday, there is a big focus on what are your goals? Where are you going? Forwardward action. And for the first time in years, the retreat has been redesigned to be much more about release, to sit still for a little bit longer, because we are in the year of the snake and about to head into the year of the fire horse. And apparently the year of the fire horse has not happened since the 15th century. And so we are astrologically moving into a higher energy period. There's going to be a big shift soon. And so it makes sense that some of us who are in alignment with what I'm talking about are in this season still of still. So I love this. I'm relating to it. I don't follow astrology. So for me, I'm very intuitive with my own feelings, and I could feel this offness. Like, I don't feel like I've gone into 2026 yet. I still have a blank calendar on my floor sitting at my feet. Usually my calendar is full by now. It's full of all the events and all the things. It's sitting there empty. And I quietly had a little anxiousness around that, but also have a bigger inner knowing that it's okay. I don't need to have my calendar full right now. It's fine. And what I've been doing in the last 24 hours is shedding. And I've been really delving into a lot of my own way of thinking and releasing that. Like, what is it that I want to let go of? And being really intentional and thinking about how I want to feel. And that question, how do I want to feel moving forwards? How do I want my life to feel? And that alone, not what do I want, not what's the money goal, how do I want to feel? A lot of that question and answering has led me to really think about the person that I want to be, you know, the freedom, the calmness in my mind and my body, the healthy relationships, the feeling of joy, the ease and flow in my work, even the feeling of abundance. And so in previous years, and I will still have a money goal. In previous years, I always have a money goal, and I will still have a money goal this year. However, when I was journaling yesterday, one of the things that I wrote was, I would like to feel financial freedom. And when I was writing that down, I realized in that moment that having a money goal and hitting a certain amount of money is not financial freedom. Financial freedom is a state of mind. And that was a major revelation to me yesterday. Going to say that one again. Financial freedom is not about how much money you have in the bank or how many savings you have or how many houses you have. It's a state of mind. And that was powerful for me to realize yesterday, because what I realize a lot of what I am working on is that state of mind. And the reason I say that is because I've met people who have millions, they're earning millions, and they still have money issues. They still worry about not having enough, and they still worry about the bills. And I've met so many people with different incomes over the years. And what I know to be true is I've met someone who had £1 million sitting in the bank, and they still had absolute anxiety around losing that money, and I need to earn and I need to do this. And met people who've hit the million mark in their business but couldn't afford to get on a flight. I've seen so many things, stories over the years that have made me realize that it doesn't matter how much money you have. And I've also experienced this myself. I've hit my own goal financially and still have the same fears around money, because financial freedom is a state of mind. So this has been powerful. And so I'm working through that and working through a lot of my own noticing in terms of how anxious I get and anxiously attached to situations, to people. So I'm working through that. I'm releasing. how my vision for the future entails a lot more creative living. And that looks like a brand new platform, which I'm working on right now. So we're going to be launching that very soon when I feel ready. There's more details coming soon. But I'm creating a new platform that is very much in alignment with how I live and how I want to live and feel. So this is what's led me to build this new platform, asking the question, how do I want to feel? How do I want to spend my time? Those were the questions that led me to then move towards what it is I want to create and what I want more of in my life. How do I want to feel and how do I want to spend my time? Two big questions that then led me to build this new platform called Creative Living. Because for me, there are three pillars, strong pillars in my life that integrate and weave together. How I live, which is how I design my life with intention, the decisions that I make, what I say yes to, what I say no to, how I want to live, how I want to feel. That's one pillar. Two is how I create. Creativity in my life is super, super, super important. This encompasses art, writing, journaling. It encompasses the things that I physically create. That might be sitting around the kitchen table with my children crafting. I say that, I don't sit around the table crafting, but I sit, as I said that, I'm like, I don't do that. But we do craft in a way where we might sit together and draw together, or suddenly just start gluing boxes together. And creativity as a whole, the music that I listen to, the things that I watch, how everything that I absorb as a human being and feel goes into an output, it goes into my creativity. That comes back to me. It's like this beautiful cycle of I take things in, I push it back out again, and then I sit with what I've produced, and then it comes back and it evolves, and it's this beautiful dance of being a creative being. It's wonderful. It's what enables me to get in touch with my feelings, to figure out my thoughts, to connect more deeply to myself and others. Creativity is the key for me, and I love it. And then the third pillar is becoming. And to me, that is the mindset work. That is the mindfulness, the noticing where your thoughts are going, the internal work on ourselves to be able to live without fear, or with fear, learning how to manage fear, how to be the best versions of ourselves, the becoming. We are becoming through the way we live, through the way that we create. We are becoming. And so for me, they're the three pillars that I live by. And so I suddenly realized that this is what I need to live and breathe and share with others, which is hence why I'm now building a platform called Creative Living. And so it's exciting. And soon I'm going to be sharing with you all that I'll be doing a Design Your Life workshop. I do it every year. I'm still sitting still right now, finishing some things off, tying off loose ends, shedding my skin. So soon I'll share the dates with you, and I welcome you to join me in designing your future life. I love doing this with you all. So it's coming. I'll release the dates hopefully by the end of this week. However, in this episode, I want us to sit still for a moment and really would love to welcome you to think about what it is that you want to shed. So we are about to move in the middle of February into the year of the fire horse. We've not had a year of the fire horse since the 15th century. So it's like a big energy change, a big shift. And so thinking about how you'd like to spend this time now shedding, and what else you need to let go of, ready for you to move forward in the fire horse year with, a go get. And it's not about kind of moving forwards quickly and burning yourself out. It's feeling that energy, that newness, the revival, the apparently when we last had a fire horse year, that the renaissance followed. So it's about kind of entering this new phase together. It's a really exciting time. So for now though, sitting still, quieten the time, and ask yourself, in relation to what is on your mind in terms of what you'd like to feel and how you'd like to spend your time moving forwards. What is it that feels stuck for you? What is it that feels like it's getting in your way? Maybe you need to spend a bit of time clearing out your physical space right now. Your digital space, maybe that needs clearing up. Maybe you need to let go of some of the people you're following or accounts you're following, or the things that you're consuming, unsubscribing. Maybe there are thought patterns that you're noticing that you think to yourself, that's not helping me. Constantly saying I don't have money, constantly saying I don't have time is not helping me. It's time to let that go. And for you, it might just be one thing. We don't have to sit here letting go of like everything. Do what feels right for you. But I've been slowly doing all of those things. I'm going to have a digital declutter today. I've been moving things out of my physical space. And I've been really releasing things from my emotional state. I've been writing things down on paper and putting them on a fire. The way I think, the way I've been protecting myself. I'm ready to let that go. One of the things for me, if I'm going to be really honest, is to love without fear. And I know that I've been loving through and with fear. And to release the fear of loss. I have a huge anxiety around attaching to people, places, things, and losing that. And I know a lot of it is from my past. And so I've been gently just saying out loud and on paper that moving forwards, I would like to release that fear. And I'm working on that. Working on that in terms of learning how to regulate my system, how to stay calm, how to bring myself back into my body. When I've been in my head, you will know this, I'm sure, as creatives, we go in the head and we start overthinking, we analyze and we question and we lose the plot. And learning, for me, my ring on my thumb, if I just kind of stroke that, kind of feel the table, simple things, breath. I've been learning recently, breath, movement, sound are 3 great ways to bring ourselves back into our body, to re-regulate. And the rubbing of the ring has really helped me to, okay, it's okay. We've got this. So there we are. You are not behind. If you are feeling like you're behind, if you feel like you should have this energy, we're in 2026, but why do I feel so flat? This could be the answer for you. It's perfectly normal. And together, if you are in the same time zone as me, and I mean time zone as not like in Australia or UK, I mean time zone as in we're on the same zone here, where you feel a bit of stillness right now. We'll be doing Design Your Life together soon when we start to build up that momentum towards the Year of the Horse. So keep a lookout for that. Can't wait to do this with you. It's a great workshop that I've been doing for years and years, and I love it so much because it's all about you creating your own version of success and how you integrate that with your creativity. So good to be back. So good to be back. I'll speak to you all soon. Take care. Bye-bye.